Yeah. Um, just to show you guys the self-hate. Like how these black people, right, go around um, trying to create all this colorism and all this confusion between, um, trying to confuse us. I don't know why they're doing this, but here she is, right? No doubt she's not fully black. And now she's trying to claim that the Aboriginal Hawaiians did not look the same as the ones today. Does she even know that this woman right here that you're seeing is actually the features of the nobles of Tonga and Samoa? That she, just like other Polynesians, are all related and all part of what? The high caste family. The problem with these black people is they look at the pictures of mixed race Polynesians, not realizing that if they really, really wanted to know the truth, the real truth about Polynesians, there's a PDF, a book which you can read on here. If any Polynesians are interested, there's a lot of books that you can look up. But I'm gonna do it because I know there's a lot of Polynesians just too lazy and looking through this information of the physiques of the ancient Hawaiians. Now, I found this through someone when I was debating and debunking someone in the video. Someone, I don't know if he's someone Hawaiian, told me about this PDF, and I looked at it and I read it. And if you go through the book, if you go through it, right, and you read it, and you'll find that Hawaiians back then looks the same as today. Okay, and here you go. The Captain Cook. If you don't know who Captain Cook is, okay, he's the first English discoverer of the islands, described the Chicane. Okay, one of the finest. Now tell me, what would you think if you thought this? One of the finest men I ever saw. He was about 6 feet high, had regular and expressive features, with lively, dark eyes. His carriage was easy, firm, and graceful. What would you think? Is that Negroid? Okay. At that time, the discovery of the Hawaiians, they were physically one of the most striking native races in the world. Now, you've got to understand, in 1700, 1800, they would put you in different categories. Now, this is why black people do not even understand where the name, why they are called black, why there are people who are put in the box of Negroid. If you're put in black, it was savage. You were seen as not attractive, not beautiful. You were seen not close to white. If you were put in Mongoloid, that was a step higher than Negroid. Now, Hawaiians, Europeans put Hawaiians and Polynesians close to the European race. And here, you just read it. As a race, they were tall, shapely, and muscular, with good features and kind eyes. They don't say that about Melanesians. Okay? They never say that about Melanesians. Fijians, whatever. They never say that. In the symmetry of form, the women have scarcely been surpassed, if equaled, while the men excelled in muscular strength. Okay? And if you go on and keep reading it and reading it, okay, like for example, the physiques of the chiefs in the family were so superior to that of the common people that the whatever that is, have thought them to be of a different tribe and race. Did you realize that? That if you read up what Europeans, they always said that they were like the nobles look very different from the native Hawaiians. The noble families look very different. It was like two different types of people, and that's because a lot of the Hawaiians, Tongans, and Samoan, they're noble. They were, mixed with Melanesian. While you may say like 70% of the population of the Hawaiians and the Polynesians, they they don't have that Melanesian ancestry running through their veins. They are the original Polynesians, okay? And if you keep going down, those whom we saw here, without exception, perfectly well formed, whereas the lower sorts beside the general inferiority are subject to that varieties who make and figs and seen to populate. Oh, I have no idea. But it's a good read. But I'll go down and I'll show you exactly here. Okay? We're talking about 1700. The color of the Hawaiians was an olive brown or rich brown. And here they say never black nor reddish. The common people who were constantly engaged in fishing, okay? So they're saying that the people that did all the labor work, they were darker. Isn't that funny? It's just the same today. You look at Samoans like Joseph Parker, and then you look at Samoans who've been out in the sun for a long time. They're different colors, okay? And you'll keep going, okay? See, look at this. How Europeans pictured them. Superb physique. It gave them the appearance of burnished statues or bronze Greek gods. It is a matter of common observation among travelers that in the dark-skinned people, the nude figures does not give the impression of lacking clothing. Okay? You just keep going reading it. There is nothing in here that they said that the original Polynesians were black or looking negroid. Nothing. This is why black people look at one photo of a black person or Fijian, and then they think, oh, that person looks black.
Native Hawaiians look African.
Look.
Down to their hair, down to their features, down to the color of their skin. Why do they look like that? Take it a step further. If you take a look at Melanesian people like Fijians, Vanuatu, Papua New Guinea, Solomon Islands, if you take a look at...
And you stupid muley, not looking or reading up in the history of Polynesians. Now I'm going to show you some considered Polynesians. Caucasians. Okay, Caucasians. We're talking about before the out of Taiwan theory. They considered Polynesians part of the Caucasian race. And what did they think of Melanesians? The very people that she was talking about. The Melanesians are physically what? Negroid. Nearly black with crisp, curly hair, flat noses, and thick lips. Okay? Have a good look at you. That's what they're trying to say. You're lucky. This black woman's so lucky that she's part white. You know, and it's funny how sometimes these muleys are usually mixed with white, and they come here trying to tell us about our history, why we don't look the same as we do today. What about you, stupid? What about you, stupid needy? Okay. It is supposed that they came from Africa, see? They thought that the Fijians, Melanesians, whatever you call it, came out of Africa. And the earliest occupants of the oceanic world, they now occupy the western portion of the Pacific Islands, the equator including Fiji, New Hebrides, and the Solomon Islands group. Okay? There you go. There's your evidence. Now, look how now, are Hawaiians Melanesians? Because here we have how they describe Polynesians. The Polynesians represent a branch of the Caucasian race who migrated in the remote period, possibly in a Neolithic age from the Asiatic mainland. They have a distant, listen to that, distant European east of feature, have a light brown,